Hi, I'm Dylan Crabb, and this is my dream of opening a climbing gym. So, some might ask why I want to open a climbing gym. Well, recently I found rock climbing. I started rock climbing about 6 or 8 months ago when the gym opened up at the Fit. And ever since then, I've been addicted and I love it. I also currently work as a setter at the Fit, which means that I'm one of the people that puts the holds on the wall and creates the routes for people to climb, and I love doing that job. And then I want to spread the joy of climbing. I want other people to come into the gym and find that they love rock climbing just like I did. So now you might be wondering how one would start a rock climbing gym. So first you have to name the gym, and the name of my gym would be Sport Rope because back when I was like very new to climbing, I was talking to one of my friends out at the crag, which is like a just an area of climbing routes outside, and I was talking about a route and referred to it as a sport rope, which is not at all a climbing term. So that is now an inside joke between me and him. And we would have to get a large loan to be able to open a climbing gym because some sites say that it could take up to or somewhere between $200,000 and $500,000 to open a climbing gym depending on the size. And I would have a business partner, and my partner would be Clay, which he's the one that I mentioned earlier that I have the inside joke with about sport rope. But we would split up the responsibilities. I would do more of like the business and accounting side of things, and he would work more hand in hand with the people that would be designing and building the wall to make sure that everything that they were doing was done right, because that's a big issue that we've run into at the gym at the Fit. And of course, we would have to have employees, so we would have to have people to work the front desk and check people in. We would have to have multiple setters so that we would have, things to climb, because without setters, there would be nothing to climb, and then it wouldn't be a climbing gym. And we'd have to have people to be out on the floors watching and making sure everybody's being safe and not doing anything to get themselves hurt. That was just a video showing a little bit of what goes into building a climbing wall, and that was just a small home wall, so imagine the amount of time and effort it takes to build a wall like that. So now this is what we would do to be successful. In order to be successful, we would have to find a good location for our gym, so we would find an area that isn't very saturated with climbing gyms, so maybe one or two climbing gyms in the area. But we would also have to find a place that had climbing nearby, so we knew that there would be climbers there to utilize our gym, or else we would just go out of business. We'd have to find good employees and setters, so we would need employees that shared the same enthusiasm in the sport of rock climbing, so that they would come in excited for work and they would bring that energy, and the customers would see that, and it would just build a good environment at the gym. And then the setters have the most important job at a climbing gym. They what If you have a good setter, then they put up good routes. If you have a bad setter, then they put up bad routes, and nobody wants to climb bad routes. So you have to have good quality setters at the gym. And then we have to have a well-designed and quality wall. So as far as like a well-designed wall, you just kind of have to think about what you would want as a climber and put that in for the wall. And then the quality of the wall, that's like how everything is laid out, making sure that the people that design the wall and build the wall don't just randomly throw up holes for T-nuts to put the holes in the wall. You want it in like a grid pattern, and you want every single T-nut to be usable. Otherwise, you're going to run into issues like you want to put a hold somewhere, but you can't because the T-nut isn't usable there. And the T-nut is what you use to put holds on the wall. And then we would have to have a good training facility, because a good training facility brings in strong climbers and climbers that take the sport seriously, and those would be the people that would be giving us the most business, because they would be the people that would get memberships at our gym. So that's a very important aspect to be successful as a gym. And then we'd have to create a safe and welcoming environment. So at the gym, obviously, safety is the main concern, because one, you just don't want people getting hurt in your gym, and two, if someone does get hurt in your gym, then you could have some big lawsuits on your hands, and that's not good for business. And a welcoming environment is just so that all climbers feel welcome there, whether they're climbing only the easiest routes at the gym or they're climbing the hardest routes at the gym. And yeah, we would just have to make everybody feel welcome there. And then we would have a shop in the gym to sell things like climbing ropes, shoes, harnesses, chalk bags, pretty much anything that a climber might need, just to bring in some extra revenue on top of people coming and just paying for a day pass or having a membership there. And then the possible revenue, according to some website that's on the next page, it says that the yearly gross revenue that a gym could make is $650,000. So, yeah. And these are the sources that I used for my 2 actual data pieces. And thank you for your time.